Hi Earth Science team. Today we're going to be talking about latitude and longitude, and we're going to be using a couple pages of the reference tables, pages 3, 4, and 5. So for our lab that you have assigned, you can print it out and do it on paper, but it's going to probably be much easier to do it online. If you print it out, send me a picture of this, because you can't take a screenshot if you're doing it on paper. So for this lab, we're talking about latitude and longitude. Hopefully that's review from middle school. Remember that to locate position on Earth, you need your coordinates, and you need both coordinates. You need latitude and longitude to find any position. So the first thing that you're going to do is play a game. You'll click that link. You have 3 minutes to complete your pizza deliveries. I want you to try and get at least 6 done in 3 minutes, so about 30 seconds for each one. If you get 5, try it again. Try and get at least 6. And then take a screenshot of your game at the end to show me your 6 or more different flags you've collected from your different countries you've delivered pizza to. If you don't know how to take a screenshot on your Chromebook, you can click that link right there and it will show you how. Again, if you're doing this on paper, send me a picture of your screenshot on reminder via email so I know that you did it. Alright, part A, after that game introduction, is kind of another game, but it's a little more complicated. So here's what you're going to see, but you will see it without the blue and the yellow and the pink and the green. So I just put that on there so you know where east and west are. So this is the prime meridian right here, and this, the red line, is the equator. If you're above the equator, all of those lines side to side are north, and if you're below, those lines side to side are south. And if you are at the prime meridian, if you move to the right, you're east. Until you reach the end of the map, then you have to keep going onto the other side and you're still east. If you go to the left, you are west. So if I look at something like this point right here, that point is at about 30 degrees north. I'll change to a darker color or brighter color. 30 degrees north, and it's at about 120 degrees west. We always write the north and south first and the east and west second. Alright, let's keep going. So your procedure, you're going to open up the website. If you want to see how to do it, you're going to click Demo right down here, and that will show you how to use it. You're going to click and drag the red circle and put it where the coordinates tell you to go. And then if you've got it, or once you've got it there, you press the check mark button. And then if you're right, it will tell you where the city is in this box right here. And then you will write it down in the location name. If it tells you like a complicated name like a city in a country, you can just tell me one or the other. You don't have to tell me both. So if it tells you like specific city in China, you can just tell me China. So you have a ton of these to do, but they will go pretty quickly. Make sure you write them down as you go, because if you go through like 6 of them and you don't write them down, then you'll have to go back. They will always be in the same order. So if you like go through 6 of them and then get distracted and have to start again, you'll have to do all 6 of them again and then go through the rest of them. So try and get this all done in one try, because otherwise it'll reset and you'll have to go through it all again. And then you have some questions. Which gives us the east-west, whether it's east or west of the prime meridian. That sounds like longitude to me. The reference lines for latitude and longitude. That sounds like it starts with an E and starts with a PM. Latitude and longitude. How does knowing the location of a point help us make maps? Well, if you know where they are on the maps, you can make them. And what are some uses and purposes of maps? Like, why would you want a map? Maybe you need directions. Let's write that down. Maybe you're hiking. Maybe you're driving. Maybe you're trying to build something. Great. On to part B. So for the next part, we have a data table with latitudes that go up to 90, so either 90 north or 90 south, and the miles between degrees of longitude. So if we look on a globe, the degrees of longitude kind of look like a pumpkin if we're looking on a globe. So this is talking about how far apart they are. And you can see that as we get towards the center, they're further apart, and as we get towards the poles, they're closer, just like a pumpkin. And you can see that in the data. Almost 70 miles between degrees versus 0 degrees between them, or 0 miles between the degrees at 90. So what happens? It decreases as you go closer to the poles. If we want the distance around the world at the equator, we would take that 360 degrees, because it's 180 around one way and it's 180 around the other, and you'd multiply that by that 69.171 miles per degree, and you're going to get a pretty large number. If you want to do the same thing at 40 degrees south, you'd use this number and the 360. And what happens at the lines as you get towards 90? Well, what happens at the top of a pumpkin, where the stem is? All the lines meet, or they cross. Moving on to the next part. So this part, you've got a slideshow and a video, actually 2 videos to watch. So check those out. You only need to watch the first minute of the video just to get an idea of how the latitude and longitude lines work. You're going to be using these 2 charts. So the videos and the slideshow just go over like what the lines are and how to use the latitude and longitude, because for these maps, both of them, the prime meridian is not in the center because these maps want North America in the center instead. So you've got special names. Those are all on page 4. You can get this on page 4. You can get this on page 4. And the hotspots are all going to be on page 5. And again, hotspots on page 5. So if you need help with those, check out the slideshow and the 2 videos. The last part is talking about page 3 of the reference table, this New York State map, and it's got lines of latitude and longitude on it as well. And you really want to check out the video for this one because it gives you the answers to these ones and these ones. So you really want to check out that video. The slideshow will be helpful too. It has a bigger visual of this map, or you can grab your reference table. And then for your conclusion, you've got 4 questions to answer. If you want to give me 4 bullet point answers, that's awesome. Good luck!